I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jax, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. You guys arrived in Delnori, and you've done a lot of stuff.
These intros get better and better.
The last roundup was, or the current things that you're kind of interested in are, you've been employed by the Oddmium Trist crew to seek out a lost map. They have half of it, and they're looking for the other half because they believe this place called Yelanreire is on there somewhere, and they want to find the map, put it together, and they've agreed to obviously have you on the expedition with them. So that's kind of ongoing at the moment. But after you made that deal, the Artificer's Guild exploded, and you saw that from quite far away.
Thanks.
The one-time kaboom would have worked.
Yeah. And you guys chased down the explosion. You found out that it was that the Touch Lotus Guild, or the Touch Lotus Thieves Guild, were behind it. They released some kind of creature from a portable prison thing called a server jail, and you chased the rest of them down, killing one of them, and you found them dragging like a load of gold bars and coilstones. You attacked the crap out of them, and then you teleported away. They teleported away, and Sentinel tracked them across the city. It looked like they went back to potentially their underground hideout or something like that.
I have a question.
Yes.
I didn't realise it was coilstones. I thought it was just gold.
The guy who
Did he say
I think he said it,
Yes.
but I don't think we saw it.
No,
because obviously
Moxie's-
they're so teeny weeny.
Spoilers.
Teeny weeny. No, Moxie, I remember where you found this out, because Moxie, when questioning the guy's body...
Oh, yeah.
It's in my notes,
I
golden
kept being like,
coilstones.
oh, I've forgotten what the mission was.
Because it makes sense. It makes sense.
I will start making it like, I will start making them more like, wait a minute.
No, you
No,
won't.
they're dead. They don't know that. They're dead.
We're dead, they're dumb.
So yeah, you found out that they were hoarding these gold bars, coilstones, and also you found out, or Moxie found out, that Crissaphaene is seeking out these things called schivers from a place beyond the arch. And
We did know that.
you did know that. You did. I've said it twice, I think.
We
now.
did know
No,
that.
but I've only just made the connection because of the conversation we had this morning.
And I didn't tell her anything new.
You just told her that
I
bit.
just told her, hey, remember when that happened? She was like,
Like the giant Stargate.
yes.
Yeah.
So he apparently is seeking out shivers from beyond that Stargate archway.
Just ripped off Stargate. Is that what's happened?
Magical archways. No.
This is just a door, right?
This is truly chaotic, isn't it?
It really is.
job?
It's become a conversation. Where were we? So Moxie found out that he is basically getting the Touch Lotus guys to find shivers and to use them to kind of, I think, extend his life in some way, because he believes that there's some of God's chosen that's going to end the world or something. Sounds pretty nuts. And then
That means it's true.
and then you guys
The weirder it is.
yeah, you guys did a little bit more kind of plotting with Mordorin after Sentinel went to the Night Mountain. He visited you in the old diver. You found out that he's basically wants to overthrow his mum, but he doesn't want to kill her.
He was very clear.
He's very clear on that.
We're a family, right?
Not wanting to murder your mum is
Hey.
not real. is not really out there for Mordorin. So or anyone. Yeah,
I mean, we wouldn't kill our brother, and I wouldn't mind killing our dad.
yeah,
so
but
like,
I mean that's kind of yeah.
Lots
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, and then among all of that kind of chaos, you met Your brother.
My boy.
You met Magnus, your twin
Magnus,
brother.
not my boy.
Who was kind of an even more logical version of Eugene in many ways. But you all met him, and you found out that that Eugene has a bit of a sordid past, where he accidentally or somehow poisoned and killed the Duke's son of his hometown, the Duke Lucard. Wilhelm, of which was very surprising to Freya in particular, and lots of epiphanies, and then you decided to have dinner with him. So Mordorin at this point had just left after saying he's going to investigate the map job with his mum as well, because she obviously tried to employ you to kill the Oddmium crew for the map that they're after. And yes, I think we're just arriving at the point now where Magnus is entering the old diver, in his like maroon jacket with the bright red lapels. His hair's a little bit dull, still got a little bit of red on the tips.
Does he smell like caramel?
He does. Got a little bit of caramel on his shoulder. And he looks around the old diver, you see him. You guys are in your usual booth by the fire in the corner. It's quietened down at this point, and Mordorin's left.
What's for dinner?
You guys are having, I believe, pheasant.
Was it pheasant? Yeah, pheasant burgers.
Yeah, so you're tucking into... Oh, actually, no,
Is it breaded?
Sure.
Does it come with chips?
No, it came with a baked potato because you got really angry about it.
Oh, yeah.
You can chop it up and have baked
It's not the
chips.
same.
Chips.
I might make mash.
I'm surprised she doesn't
mashing
let you have an option. You know how normally in Match they're like, do you want skinny fries
mash.
or do you want chips?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a hassle of it, and you get a chopped mashed potato. You get a chopped up
No,
baked
I
potato.
didn't make a thing of it. I just wondered if they had chips.
At the table grumbling.
Can I upgrade
fuck's
to curry?
sake.
You have a joke.
Sorry.
Do you have any chips, Morning, that don't have as much structural integrity to them?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking me.
So they're chips, but they're curly. It's got to be curly chips.
I could chuck some potato peel in the fryer.
Oh, that might be pretty
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, that sounds good.
She kind of looks at you. Okay.
Crispy potato skins.
Delicious.
She goes off. You hear like a something fried.
Spit 'em.
Picks them out of the bin.
Yep. She comes back a few moments later. As Magnus arrives, you got like a big pile of like literally just curly fried potato skins.
Do you have some salt and vinegar?
Yeah, there's salt on them. I'll get you some vinegar.
Thanks.
Like, add some cheese and bacon on your lady.
Magnus, shall we do what we used to do at home?
Oh, you've got a guest, and she steps. She walks away.
Shall we have these potatoes like we did at home with some honey?
Oh, okay, yes. And he
I
pulls out
start to pull the plate of chips away because I'm like, wait, what are you doing to these delicious salt and vinegar?
Try it.
He's stirring a real
The sort of savoury and sweet combination works very well with
I'm just
potato.
going to try one before you ruin it.
Do you have a pot with you, or shall I use my emergency?
Use an emergency one. I lost mine in the desert.
Starts putting it over the top. Okay. I know you like extra, so
Thank you.
gives it to you.
What are the honey sticks called?
I don't know.
The little like knobbly things that
Yeah.
look like little mini beehives.
Yeah.
Did you have one of those?
Yes.
No, a honey stick.
A honey
A
stick.
knobbly beehive.
Knobbly beehive. A knobbly wooden.
Well,
I mean, technically
he just
beehives
eats.
are.
Looks around, a bit awkward, then he eats. It's okay.
Fucking hell. Would you like a drink?
We're all just staring.
While he eats.
how
Oh no,
this
you've
normally
got
goes?
cherry wine. Sorry.
Oh yes. Would you like some cherry wine?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
Downs it.
Yeah, we both drink it quite quickly.
Jesus Christ, it's so small.
Done into alcohol to get through social situations.
Well, this is nice.
Oh, you've got a bit of caramel on your shoulder there.
Oh, I'll leave it for now.
Save it
Dessert.
for dessert.
Oh, no, that's filthy.
I can clean that off for you if you need.
Oh, I don't like people touching me.
No, I wouldn't touch you. Just no spell.
Oh, okay.
But it's his dessert. Moxie, don't be rude.
Oh, no, I will never eat this.
Yeah. Press the toilet ones. Yeah, press the
Were you not impressed by that caramel?
I will admit it was the process was a little. I don't want to say beneath me, but it was.
But it was beneath you.
Well, no. Once I saw past the lack of any kind of technique or logic, I kind of saw that there was a maybe an art was the right word. I think.
Did you hear the caramel when it was ready?
Yes. I didn't hear a bird, but I did hear a slight change in pitch.
Have you written that down?
Oh, yes. I imagine I'll
lean over to Frey and I think I'm going to have a stroke.
I imagine I'll be there for a while, so I want to get a solid foundation of his workflow, as it were.
Yeah.
I whispered to Eugene, I'm really sorry, Eugene, but your brother's a bit rude sometimes.
Is he?
Yeah, he just fully insulted the art of caramel making.
He's just stating a fact.
What, that it was beneath him?
Should he just keep that inside?
Yeah, that's an inside.
What about writing it down?
I'll write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
As long as it's not a public document.
So like
it's
a journal.
Yeah, like a journal, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't say something's beneath you out loud.
I'll write that down as well.
Yeah,
Magnus's journal.
Altitude of situations matters.
I've been learning quite a lot about this, so I go...
Altitude of situations, I'm sorry.
What is a social altitude?
Well, Maya seems to be the expert.
What is a social altitude?
I don't know what an altitude is. However, if you say to someone, what you're doing is beneath me, it's very insulting because it's like you're looking down on them and saying, what you do is shit.
Maya. Mostly.
Figuratively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's like you got
figuratively.
on your high horse.
Yeah.
And
But not
You
a
were-
literal horse, a figurative.
I wouldn't be able to get on a high horse.
you could if we lifted.
Yeah. Maybe used to fly. You develop.
I
It's like
see.
if
It's
you-
almost like at the guild, so they have different ranks. I wouldn't like it if a journeyman was to look at me as an apprentice and them telling me that I was worse than them because they were a journeyman. When actually I know that I'm almost definitely more technically advanced than they are. They've just been there more. They've just been there longer.
Yeah, I think that's right. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Everyone else?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yep, that's the
See, we're
correct
learning.
reading of that situation.
He seems really
How
happy with
much is
him.
my bottle of wine.
It's just corking it like. It's the second one.
I was thinking about it being the second one.
Yeah, he seems pretty happy with himself. Like he's had a bit of an epiphany, and then he tucks in.
How was work? I guess. I don't know what to say.
This is the good content right now, guys. This is the real good content.
I haven't seen him in so long. I don't know what to say to him.
What are you looking forward to seeing in the city?
Well, he tells you.
We know a guy.
We know a guy.
Don't ask him about the local geology. He knows nothing.
Oh, I don't want Irib Malgor back in my life. No.
He tells you that he's looking forward to exploring the Plaza district, but also he's just keen to get down and understand the work.
Where were you when the blast happened? Were you already at the shop?
Yes, I just arrived. It was rather alarming, but I chose to ignore it and work.
We did the opposite of
Something has been waiting to happen.
I know.
Speaking of explosives.
No, you guys said you were going to have to deal with them. This is what happened.
Eugene, I'm sorry to bring it up. Your sordid history again. But I was wondering if there was anything you could tell me about Lucard.
I've never met Lucard.
But did he have like a reputation?
Did he have a reputation?
Well, he never came to the store, but I do believe, and I remembered this after I was talking to you, because when we were talking about everything that happened, I did remember that I'm fairly certain that he was due to arrive at the event, but he sent his son instead. That would have been the first time we met him. I remember that Mother was rather excited. Apparently he's quite handsome.
Oh.
But yeah, he sent his son instead.
Was the son handsome?
I don't really have an opinion about that.
Okay, that's a yes.
Insight check.
You can roll if you like.
We saw him die.
He'd still be attractive.
Is that what it
Not when,
is it?
not when
Was
you
it
soiled
20?
yourself.
Oh, as a 1.
Get the bad ones up now.
Is there any other?
So what do I see with a 1?
This guy has. You think he's hella into him. Yeah.
Fellow
This is
quick.
kind of unrelated, but are there any newspapers just around?
Have you written some newspapers?
I haven't, but I can fill it with stuff. So if you don't see one immediately on the desk, on the table with you, but morning could fetch you one, yeah.
Morning, as part of our room service, can we have a paper every day as part of our breakfast?
You guys don't have room service.
You know what? Dad does the service off the room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can
Why
organise
have we
that.
paid for it? We have lots of money.
Just let us have one
We don't have
buffer
lots of
thin
money anymore.
newspaper available when we come for
But
breakfast.
it's tax deductible.
Absolutely, we can do that. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll just get an extra one. They're a couple of copper. I can do that, no problem.
Bake it into our...
Do we have a way to get our claim our expenses before we sit, tonight?
I mean, we bought lots of items. I also found this truth serum that we might be interested in.
When they
I
quite
could turn it into sweets.
when they quite a long way out to sea.
We could go and see if anyone's at Rippers.
That's true.
So anyone, I'll come to Rippers if you
We
want.
could do a small excursion.
We're not taking... He's not going to like it.
We all had a drinking competition at this place called Rippers.
Don't tell him that. He's not going to like it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with the tall lady.
I'm not lady, but thanks. I appreciate it.
Very pretty. What?
There were fights there.
Is that? I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that.
No.
Oh, no, I mean, I'll take it.
It was a bit of an unexpected compliment coming from you.
I am always sticking my foot in it. Ask my brother.
If you want to tell people, so long as you know them and you're not just saying it to random people, you can tell people they're pretty. That's okay. Don't shout it at random people in the street. They don't like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You might want to write that down.
I don't know.
Magnus already has Ivanhoe's page 1.
I think this cherry wine is going to my head.
Would you like another glass?
Yes. He just drinks in silence.
I haven't heard Magnus's laugh in such a long time. It reminds me of home.
So yeah.
Talking of
about
your home,
Yes.
he had no kind of reputation. He wasn't known for anything.
was he a
No
tyrant?
news stories.
There was obviously the usual sort of gossip about, we don't want to pay our taxes, they're too high, and all of that sort of stuff, but nothing untoward.
Did he regularly open sweet shops?
I think we're the only sweet shop in the area.
Oh, that seems fair enough then, if it's the first of its kind.
But there was no Duke visit beforehand, it was just for this aerated and emulsified dairy confection that they seemed so interested in.
Roll an intelligence, just a straight intelligence check. This is just to sort of test your memory a bit.
I rolled a 3, so I assume that's going to be like a 7.
Yeah, nothing really comes to mind. The only thing that you can think of with that would have been that your father didn't like him very much.
So why did he invite him?
I don't think
Did he
we
invite
had a choice.
himself?
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
believe
yeah.
there was a letter that came through the door one morning with the Duke's seal and said that he heard about the aerated emulsified dairy confection. Do you think is the confection funny?
I just feel like it needs a snappier name for marketing purposes.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed to the queue seemed long enough to me. Didn't I think it was myself.
I think that speaks for itself.
But yeah, we just found out one morning that he would be coming to the shop.
Did he often go to big openings of things?
Really, guys?
How do I improv this?
What?
This one can be doing.
Once at the bakery, there was a batch of flapjacks, and they were very interested in the flapjacks.
How big is this town?
Right, these most very important.
It's not a big town. The dukedom itself it covers a lot of area, including farmland and stuff.
Yeah.
It's basically
The West Country.
Yeah, on the outskirts of the capital.
So is he like a really minor duke?
He's not a crowned duke.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a normal
guy.
duke.
He's just a guy who likes eroded, emulsified
Dairy
confection.
Yeah,
It's
there
so
was
random.
you guys are doing like a little launch, and he was like, it's a bit like a mayor turning up to open a place kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual for a mayor to just turn up to open a place.
Well, to people who live in the Empire, that is kind of a nice thing for a duke to do. A lot of them would just be on their high horse. Kind
I
of thing.
just don't understand why they want to kill this guy.
They killed his son, so.
Exactly. Unless it was a horrible accident.
Did the son have a reputation?
Never met
Wasn't
him.
like a philanderer.
I know his cousin though.
Okay.
The cousin went to the guild as well, but he didn't recognise me. I was awfully scared when I met him, but he knew nothing of it.
What was the? Pardon me asking. What was in the little roll of paper that I gave you from Father?
Oh, some sort of blueprint for this. I made this crossbow, and I get out the crossbow right in the. This happened.
He just looks like right down the barrel.
Didn't we open it in front of him there?
Yes, you did, but he didn't. He didn't see the deets.
Okay.
Yeah, in like the and I sent
Yeah.
like the blueprint on D&D Beyond, so the kind of what it actually is telling him kind of thing.
So I built this, and with the blueprints that you provided, I should be able to have customized ammunition for it that can deal certain alchemical effects.
Oh wow, that is very interesting. I wonder why.
Papa had clearly some sort of history with this, and
that fancy cube of yours, and it showed you a map of some sort.
yes, and I believe there's another cube here,
Oh wow.
and it seemed to show its location.
Where?
It was in the guild garden. Yes. Yeah, somewhere in the guild garden. So I don't know if we need to start digging up some holes. I don't know if the guards would like that.
Did you say it's another cube?
I believe so. Or maybe it's a different object that's similar.
Maybe
I
is there a library in there? Maybe it's just in the library like the other one.
How accurate? Like
You saw the building that it was in.
Oh, so it was more in a bit. Oh, cool.
was
So it wasn't.
it
We don't
the
have to dig.
library?
We don't have to dig up a garden.
If you want to investigate the map, because you're familiar with the city, but you don't have a Google
We'll
Maps.
do it. Yeah, we'll do it when we go up to the bedrooms.
Okay. Well, that is fascinating. I wonder why Father wanted to give it to you so badly. He did say, actually, I forgot to mention this, that he couldn't give it. Well, I can't remember his exact words, but he was unable to get this to you in any other way, as though there were other ones that he had given you in the past. I guess he has given you one, from the sounds of it. If you made that.
Yes. Oh. I should probably say how I got this then.
Oh.
I went back to the sweet shop after I was released and found it in ruin. And do you remember in my room I had the little hideaway?
Yes. Well,
under the
everyone
floorboards. Oh, I thought it was secret.
Oh no, I told everyone.
Well, that would explain why Papa knew about it then.
Father, there are no secrets in our household.
Yeah, that's quite right. Yeah.
Well, maybe there are now.
Yeah, I am an enigma. But no, it was in my secret hideaway in my room.
So maybe he put it there.
Maybe he did.
Huh.
I
hope he's
hated
all
going
right.
through it. It was just rubble, a ruin almost. It just had no life in it, and
Yes.
oh gosh, I don't want to think about it.
Well, Mother, and well, the rest of the family, apart from Milton and Father, are speaking with the notaries, and it's all very complicated. I had to get out of there. I just had to explore the world.
It's not like you though.
No, I was looking. I'm joking. I was just looking for you and Milton and Father.
But even now, it's awfully brave for you to do all by yourself. Did you travel down with anybody?
No, just me and a man I hired to buy me everything I needed and clean me until I ran out of money.
Clean you? What? Is that service?
Well,
I drive and I bathe.
there are not always baths in some of these backwater inns.
No, although there is one here though. One of our associates has been behaving quite.
I'm
quite
right here, mate.
Oh, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he was, but he came down when Mordred was here.
Look how clean he is, Magnus. I think that's all he's done.
Fingers.
Thanks.
We've been here, 2-3 days, and I believe you've just
All he's
bathed.
Well, I was quite. I don't want to talk about it.
He was finding himself in the bath.
He's had a hard life. It's like 10 years of dust bed grinding. Get it off me.
Okay.
And this was the first place you travelled to, Magnus?
Well, dotted around on the way down. I was tempted to go somewhere called Talbennery, but apparently it's filthy.
We're going next, so.
I've already written this down. I wouldn't tell the locals what you think of their town or city.
That's true.
I don't think they like it.
Unless you really like it.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, unless it's good things.
Only good things.
Yeah.
So don't go to Talbennery and then say to the first person you see, this is filthy.
Even though it probably is filthy,
Okay.
don't.
So lie.
Unless they say it to you, they're like, oh, it's a filthy town. You go, yeah.
I know we're not
That's
very good
it.
I know we're not very good at the.
Like that.
Yeah, good job.
I know we're not very good at telling facts, but yes.
Okay.
Apparently it's to,
Lying is good
Yep.
on occasion.
on occasion.
It's not really a lie, it's skirting around the truth to save yourself.
No, what was it you said, Amaya? It was bending the truth backwards, I believe.
Yes.
I am lost. Eugene.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
going to
we're
lie.
getting
I am lost. Bending and altitudes, and so it's far too much to understand.
I didn't bring up altitudes.
I think I'll just be honest with people and hope that they don't hurt me.
But we're always told honesty is the best policy.
It's not.
Cheers to that.
I do not cheers.
How long do you think he's going to last before someone punches him in the face?
Maybe another 12
Have you
hours.
already been punched in the face?
Not in the face.
Where did they punch you?
Oh, I don't keep a record of these things. I told you I'm rather street wise now, rather worldly,
Yes.
feral. Well, I must admit, I would like another one of those wines, and then I may go trundle back to my room, as it were.
Okay. Will you be okay? You've got the book, so you can write in the book if you need us.
Oh yes, I do that with my mind as a spell, do I?
Oh, so that's only I can send
Oh,
to
fair
him. You
enough.
can't do it the other way around.
Okay. We can.
Okay, that's kind of.
Do you want me to keep him in there? I can keep him in there.
Yeah, I might buy a sending stone for something a bit more permanent.
Okay,
Stones obviously deploy. You need two. It wouldn't just work with one. I'd be talking to myself.
that would be
And
quite
I
funny.
look rather silly.
Could you make it?
No, I would like, when we get some time, I'm going to try to make something else, actually. See, I've always wanted a pet bird, and I think I can make, well, obviously not a real living bird that I cannot create life, but I can make a homunculus one.
What kind of bird? Like an owl?
It would be rather amusing to be an owl.
What's a homunculus bird?
I like one of these, and I just turn Seal into like a crow.
Yeah, he just turns
Made
into
of
a
like-
blue crow.
yeah, made
he
of
doesn't look
like
very
pots
happy
and
about it. Still got his glasses though.
Like, imagine like this bowl that we're eating this plate that we're having our burger on. Imagine if it could cast spells through. I could cast spells through it, and it could fly maybe or walk.
So you want to make a flying plate?
A bird,
But you just said it was a plate.
but just as an example, it could be anything really.
It's like a mechanical, like Ansel,
Yeah,
or a mechanical seal.
like this
Yeah, but
tankard.
Ansel is a cat, and Eugene's talking about plates.
I think we lost her with the place.
It's not going to be a plate.
Okay. But it's going to fly.
It's going to fly
And
like a
cast
bird.
spells.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not sure what bird though.
Condor
Magnus
wings.
isn't. Well, condors are awfully big.
Oh no, I just thought
Like mini, maybe a mini one.
condom.
Yeah.
What about what's it? Roosevelt, spoonbill.
Magnus doesn't like birds though. He's more. He does like cats. It's more of a
Is
cat.
he still here? And I've just turned Seal into a bird.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy about that.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yes, the ghastly things.
Seal's now a squirrel again.
And
I have
don't
a
get me
bird in my
started on
sword.
owls. You have a bird in your sword.
Oh, she does. I saw it. It's invisible.
It's invisible, but he was high.
I know. It was a spell. It just made me. I was seeing colours and shapes that I've never seen before, and it had the same. It was like that effect. I have to admit. It did make me awfully giddy.
I've still got 2 more of those, bud, whenever you're ready.
Well, downs his cherry wine.
I know it sounds awfully strange, but yes, it's
You do lead a strange life, brother.
there is an invisible bird in that sword.
Very strange. But I am happy that you are very different to when we last spoke, and
I still can't wait to see the family, though.
Yes, they'll be delighted to see you too. But they
don't blame me for what happened.
No. They're fighting a legal battle, as it were.
But what? It might have been me, though. I know everybody thinks it wasn't, but maybe I just got it wrong.
I don't think so. It wouldn't have just been the Duke's son who died.
Oh gosh, that's an even worse fault. I could have killed hundreds.
I think that is the point, Eugene. I don't think that it was you if it was just a targeted death like that.
Mike could have told you how much you'd have killed Magnus if it was you.
I almost died from just sheer volume.
But that wouldn't have been your fault.
That's to do with the user.
What flavour did you have?
Oh, I can't even remember. I think we were using the nice smell device to sort of change the taste as we consumed it. It was rather wild.
Bedtime, I guess.
Well,
This has been the most awkward dinner we've had.
Yes.
I will. I better pay for my food.
Oh no, I'll pay for your gold, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need some gold to help you get by?
No, I've got a job now. I'll be okay.
Well, I do. As I said, I have lots of gold.
Stuff.
That is very good. Well, I hope that soon I will have much more of my own. And he stands up and kind of almost falls over, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, it's the wine."
Do we need to get someone to take you home?
No,
Do you still have this driver?
Oh no, he's long gone. Yes, long gone. Along with all the money.
Right, I'm going to give you some. How much did that cost to get you down here?
Oh no, that's absolutely fine.
I give him 15 gold.
Okay. He doesn't argue. He just, thank you, Eugene. That's very kind of you.
Morning can get him a taxi.
I'll be okay. I'll walk it off.
Taxis exist.
Oh no, but we're like over water. Like he's gonna die. He's gonna fall in the
it's
river and
fine.
dry.
And Sentinel's taught me some street smarts as well. Is that what street smarts? Is that what do people say that?
I already know the way. I know the.
No. Put some of the gold in your shoes and other places so it's not all. You know, if someone tries to.
He starts
to rob
stuffing
you.
coins in his shoes.
While he's doing that, I'm going to ask, is there ice?
Not really. No.
I was going to ask some iced water.
Cast mad. You can get some cold water.
I was just going to throw it over him to sober him up.
Okay. As you go and get some water. Yeah. Morningside. Yeah. Gives you a pitcher.
No, just glass, not a fucking pitcher.
Okay. Gives you a cup of water.
I was just going to lay on hands and let's like sober him up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is funnier.
Well, he's stuffed the coins in his shoes. I'll be seeing you soon.
Amaya, why did you do such a thing?
I'm sobering him up, so he's got
I
his wits about him.
I just grab a cup somewhere and throw it at Amaya.
Ale, probably.
I was trying to sober him up so he got home safe.
But he could have drunk the water,
It's
Amaya.
rather cold.
No, it's to do with the shock.
He might catch something now.
I think I breathed some of it in.
Oh, sit down, brother.
I'm okay.
Never gonna leave.
Mops it up. Yeah.
And I'd presentation to dry him off.
He gathers himself up. He doesn't seem too fussed.
And I'd clean up my as well.
Farewell.
I was just trying to be helpful.
Thank you. You get the feeling that he's lying.
Amaya, good lie, brother. Amaya, I think you should write that down. Don't throw water over people.
It's how we sober people up when I was with Jeffrey.
Oh, I meant to tell you about this, Magnus.
Oh, when you look up,
Never gonna leave.
when you look up, he's gone.
Oh, but the bear!
He's stumbled out the door.
I chase after him. Don't tell about the bear! I got
He's
taught by
outside.
a bear, Magnus.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
I leave. I do a hug him and leave.
Yeah, he hugs you, stumbles a lot along down the canal.
Oh my god.
He doesn't fall in the canal, right?
No, you didn't see him fall in the canal.
It was never seen again.
Okay.
Right.
Mornings.
You'd heard of Yelanreire, right?
Evrain.
Yeah, you knew who Yelanreire was when we were in the thing, right? You didn't.
I have heard. When was Evrain mentioned?
That was in the Thieves Guild hideout.
In the fossil church.
It was mentioned somewhere else, wasn't it?
That's the shit. Well,
Do I know who Evrain is?
She was one of the unworshipped.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Do you know who Vol is?
Do I know who is?
Roll a religion. You can do either religion or
That one.
are they both wisdom based? Yeah. So do religion or you can do history, I guess.
Religion. I'm gonna guard myself as well. 15?
Okay. The word Vol. When Sentinel mentions Evrain and Vol together, it kind of makes you think for a moment, even though actually Vol is not something that you've shared because it was from the library, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that was also today, so this might be where I share it. This might be
Yeah. You're like, so you go, Freya, you're like, Vol, it doesn't, that's not the name of another unworshipped, but there is another unworshipped called Volkai. So that's, you know that.
Oh, okay. That also tracks. Volkai also works.
And you would.
Why do you ask?
Oh, what were you going to say first, Charlie?
I was going to say you would know that where Evrain was kind of obviously they're unworshipped gods and they're more in the Old Testament of the pantheon of inheritance, as it were. There's lots of kind of mystery and superstition around them. They're supposedly the originators of the universe itself. Where Evrain was the kind of mother of magic in a colloquial sense, Volkai was always colloquially known as the father of creation.
Ooh. I relate this.
That also tracks. No, when I went into the library today, there wasn't a lot of useful stuff for us. But there's some stuff on sealcraft, which is another kind of magic that's like older than. It's very old magic. It's like some sigilism, but it's very old. And it uses Vol, which is the spilled blood of Volkai, and Evrain into seals.
Oh.
That's why he was collecting the blood.
Huh?
One thing that I will say.
For the seal.
Oh, that is interesting.
No.
What the book said was Vol in kind of in the way of. The book was written in the way that someone would write the blood of Christ, right? The blood of Vol or the blood of Volkai kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That's all I'll say. Didn't say that like you know to make seals you need blood, but yeah.
But
Right, he couldn't. He's a lunatic. He could interpret it that way.
in our world, it's. I mean, Catholics believe it actually is, right? So why would it be any different for true believers of that?
I know, I've written this in a weird way. Ignore me. So what I've actually written is Vol, the spilled blood of Volkai, who now wanders the world, a husk of a god. Oh.
The delivery was great.
A husk of a god.
A husk of a god? It's me texting Charlie about schivers all week. You're like, read your fucking notes, dude.
So, do you think we've encountered them then?
Maybe. Stop asking me questions. I just read shit.
Who was the disciple of?
We'd have no fucking idea. Are you thinking of the husk bloke?
Oh yeah, hey.
He was there with the prophet of death.
Why
is he getting clever?
Why is Charlie?
No, the husk bloke we fought in the
So
tomb.
that soaking in the bath has done
He
this.
He couldn't have actually been an unworshipped though.
No, he's a graven, wasn't he?
Huh?
That's what he said. He was a graven god.
You can tell we're close because Charlie.
You seem very learned, Clayton, today.
I mean, I pay attention other than, unlike this fun over here, and he points at Maya. Elbows you.
This hooligan over here, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Love you.
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. Don't hit me, please.
So we probably need to deal with.
Sorry. Go on.
No, you go.
Did any of the stuff on Sealcraft have any examples, like in a textbook, where it would be like, "This is a seal."
This is a diagram.
I would say, I can't remember what you rolled, but I would say that
I rolled like a 20.
Yeah, you did do pretty well. So I would say you did see some, but they were very technical and very like kind of a beyond you. But one thing it did make you think was.
Can I ask what I was going to ask first?
Yes,
Try and work
go
that
for
out?
it.
Did it look like what was on the gate?
Which gate?
The
Stargate.
From the. I would say, I won't make you roll for this. The language you know wasn't sigillism. I think I gave you that last time on the gate. It wasn't sigillism. It was old. It was reminiscent of the runes that you've seen on ritual circles, both on the boat, the Velvet Horatio, the ones on the stage of the ball. And it could have they could be similar to the archway, but it's a bit like seeing a language you can't understand, and kind of the symbols. Do the patterns look similar? Maybe they do. I'll say that much. But the technical drawings within the texts were like looking at some genius level maths kind of algorithms, you know. So you would know that the most efficient thing would be to go to someone like at the Whispered Word, for example, who deals in old magic, that kind of stuff.
most efficient, but not the fun.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The thing to do with the shivers, would I have also heard that?
You were there when Moxie cast Speak with Dead,
Was
I
I?
think.
And can you hear when can other people hear when they speak back?
Unless they don't have a head. That's the only time that Moxie's the only one that can.
He did still have a head.
Can briefly.
I can't remember because I don't remember much. But so they're looking for like shivers,
Yes.
and Murmur said that he's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
splinter.
Should I hide?
No, a
Murmur?
splinter, not a
He's
shiver.
he's a splinter, which is like a subtype.
I'll give you that because it's probably me explaining it badly. He is a shiver.
Oh, he's a shiver.
And one of his things the way that he described it was that shivers are like splinters of the mother heirloom.
Okay,
Born from
I
a dream
relayed
and
that
Yeah.
like that in case I haven't spoken about it.
I don't think you need to hide. It's
It's
invisible.
not very obvious.
So they're
Okay.
looking for shivers of the.
Well, no,
You're
they'll
trying
probably
to
be looking
say
for
that,
shivers of Everrain.
Smack yourself.
We don't know if shivers of all are a thing. I was
That wasn't very nice.
wondering if
figured-
shiver. Well, this was another thing that I was thinking, trying to work out is if there was shivers of all the old gods, of all the unworshipped.
I have a commune, so I can totally ask the gods that.
Sick ass.
Knock on the bathroom door and be
Sick
like,
ass.
"Hey gods."
Do you have a god in mind today?
You can only commune with your
What's the god of the day?
Your god's going to be able to talk to you, right?
Only yes and no.
I just know you said you couldn't, like, Junes couldn't speak to you.
I guess who do you talk to?
I've told you guys
Oh yeah, you have.
this.
You did.
I don't like talking about it.
Was this one of the things we talked about when we had a cry conversation about
Yeah.
friendship?
Why can't she hear? Yeah, she abandoned me. What is the name of the drowned
Kirillorn.
man? Kirillorn.
Yeah.
I always forget. Kirillorn. That is probably who will talk to me.
And she said that, yeah, she's kind of the... I don't think she's ever said what she is, but she said she's a kind of a go-between between the person that you saw on the boat.
I don't know why she's so obsessed with me. But I mean, that's who answers when I pray, so that's who I will be talking to.
But it's definitely Junes for anyone who isn't us.
I'm just looking back at my notes, and all I've got in one place is Cult of the Buried
Although I did
Thought.
get a name, didn't I?
I think that was you.
I think I did get
I like
the
Dorcon.
drowned man's actual name, but I have no idea really.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure that they are.
Nerva?
I'm pretty sure they're in a worship as well.
Was it Nerva?
Sorry. Nerva. Okay. I need to remember these because they're literally my gods.
Yeah.
Kind of important.
You know that because you're... I mean, actually roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
Please be a 1.
It's not a 1.
Is it a 2?
It is a 10.
A 10. You guys have been thinking... Your headspace is in the Unworshipped, Evrain, Volkai. Probably the most famous names of the Unworshipped. The other ones that come to mind would be Mordoram, who is the originator of death. And you're kind of racking your brains. What did you get? A 10? You don't recognise the name Nuravar. You do remember the name Nuravorn.
Nuravorn?
And it doesn't match up. But in this moment, you're like,
Oh.
Maybe it's just because someone spelled it wrong.
but it's not uncommon for the text that you were looking at in the chorus to have different, it could have been translations, it could have been older names. Kirillorn gave you the name Nuravar.
So where did Nuravorn come from? It's like
Something you would have learned in the chorus.
And what did I learn about that name in the chorus? I don't remember.
I'll let you roll for that. Roll a religion check.
Can I guide myself, please?
You can.
Unless they're deliberately misspelled because names of power and...
20, not natural.
A 20. Okay, so with the 20, Nuravorn was a name that you haven't thought of for a long time because the ones above are strictly kind of they're called the Unworshipped for a reason. You're not allowed to worship them. There are theories around that, either because they removed themselves from the entanglement, they died, but whatever happened was that the pantheon was inherited as the shining servants, the lesser gods, and that is very strictly those are the people that you worship. Nuravorn was once called has had a few names, but the one that you remember with the 20 was the Sailor of the Stars, sometimes Sailor of the Moons.
Sailor Moon.
But you do know that Nuravar was 100% not in the texts that you've read. Nuravorn was. You'd never heard the name Kirillorn before, but you do remember that in kind of combination with that, there was always a theory that he was either was from or created somewhere called the Lunaric Sea, which was a kind of always kind of seen as a realm in a kind of almost like a story. Oh, that's his realm kind of thing. But like I said, it's all very old, very esoteric, and not part of the pantheon, so unreliable information.
In like a meta way, kind of like the astral sea?
Yes.
Thank you. Helps to have real references when you go off and do your thing.
Okay. I don't know what to ask now. That's not.
Oh, you mean you don't have to ask anything now? You can take some more time to work some stuff out.
I feel like we need to find out if shivers are a thing for all of them, I guess.
Yeah, because it could be that the shivers, that he's not looking for everrain shivers. But I don't suppose how that changes anything for
really
us.
Make a difference.
It's just information to have.
Although you should definitely keep your sword secret from.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go around shouting, "There's a bird in my sword," because that's a bit.
Because people will think you're insane.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's true.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that. I just.
Oh, have you already written that down?
How many people are
In my head, yes.
Just you guys.
I can't
It's quite late now.
Called remembering.
Do we want to?
But then why did you
ask
say you
about
wrote it down?
Things for tomorrow
To
that
say
we
I
might be
remembered
going
it.
into. Like,
Are we doing anything tomorrow, though?
We were considering going. Oh,
fetch it up.
should we have a day off before we go down into the depths?
If we got everything that we need, do you want to go and get your... Do we want to... Because this was the other thing. Do we want to run down to Rippers and see if...
I feel like the goal, getting our
Deep
money back
traces.
doesn't matter quite as much
but it would-
potentially.
It will take a bit of time. There was an awful lot of gold. That's a few days' work. I think if we've got a day.
Did you write down a contact?
I thought we were going
Because I had a
to
sending, but
blow the
if
arch.
you-
Oh, I didn't write anyone in the book.
Okay.
I thought we were going to blow the archway up in the morning, just before, screaming
I
things
know-
from out
Know
the
more
abyss.
about it.
But I know, Eugene, you also had you had healing potions and poisons that you wanted to make. I mean, there is benefit in expediting this because the sooner we do it, the better. But is it more useful for us to do some prep work?
And also, once it goes
I
kaboom,
agree.
I think it's going to change. There's going to, that everyone in the city's going to hear this. I don't think we'll be able to do anything afterwards.
Where does the gate go?
It's gonna be
Why are
awfully
there shivers
chaotic.
there?
It goes
We've got
to, they used to get, I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, I've also got something that I don't think we've ever looked at, which we'll get into in a minute. But this, yeah, go on.
It leads to different places.
Different places.
Yeah.
Descriptive.
But rain was above it.
I don't know if it was above it, but it was like, it might have been. I don't know the exact geography of where because we went down.
In my head, it was kind of like diagonally above
Yeah.
because we had to do the swim stuff.
Swim. There's two kind of things that are going to cause mayhem. So whenever we blow that up, that's going to cause. Well, I'm assuming people are probably going to hear it, and that's.
It is a very potent bomb.
But the other thing is if as soon as we steal the map, we're probably going to need to get out of town pretty quickly because otherwise someone will start coming after us.
So should we see if the map is in the well, it was in the city,
Well, do we want to
wasn't it?
see if
Yeah,
we can
he-
get Mordrin to see if he's got any notes on where, like, if he can find anything? Let him
Yeah,
search out
so
for a
let
bit.
him contact us back. Explore it was in the archive. Was it in the archivists?
The library.
Where we supposedly think the other part of the
The
map
whispered
is.
word.
He I think that the
University.
the university, which is it's a large archivists guild called the university because like Delnori University is more than just
So
the
I
guild.
think
but
it's potentially prep, map, kaboom.
Because the map might be with the kaboom. Possibly, it's another solution. It would be neat to tie it all up together.
It would be neat, wouldn't it?
One thing I will say is it could, and I'm not saying it will, it could take more than a day's research in the library or searching about. That is possible.
Well, if we give it the time frame of how long it takes Mordrin to come back to us, that'll take how long it takes. And then when we've got that, we should be in a position to either to go straight away, or have the final pieces to finish research if we need to.
Okay.
The other thing I have that I forgot is that I stole a load of drawings from the Touch Lotus that I don't think I've looked at.
Were they were drawings of the?
It was when we were down in the thing. You said that there was loads of paperwork, and I just went,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, let me check because I think I know what that is, but I want to check.
But if we wanted to continue buying shit, if we had other things we wanted to buy, getting the money back would be useful because then we've basically got a cycle of funds.
Maybe we get the money back and buy more bombs.
Just
Or
a reserve bomb.
Maybe healing potions or a spell or
Yeah,
a bomb. Bomb works.
Spare bomb.
when you look at these drawings, they are like they're like cave. They're like maps of cave systems. It takes you a while to figure it out, but let's say you've had them out on the table for 10 minutes. You're like, they look like a mess at first, and then after a while, you start seeing that they're like maps of exploration, like someone who's plotting a way through a cave. That's what they look like. Like spidery routes, some of them end in dead ends, some of them carry on, some of them, you know.
And can you remind me of what the vision that the rat gave Eugene? Was that also similar?
I can
Running
indeed.
through tunnels.
So, the rat said to Eugene, the door in the fossil place that should not be, a door that goes in between to a horror of stone and bone and fear and pain.
I don't want to go in there.
Whatever that's going to come out of there's not good either.
Yeah.
He unlocked it, drove us through, and in these warrens between worlds, we sought his quarry. We sought the special things that escaped the locking away, but die we did. The tunnels change and kill those that walk them. The raw wind scours away more than flesh and bone. When it blows, Evrain split violent and mindless power. And then it said on the breaking of it, we naught found what he sought, except once a piece small and insignificant, but bringing it through the door it broke, a shearing of spell and stone. That was when this one fell and cracked its skull, a spring loose, a sigil out of line, and I awoke.
From that, would it be a logical leap to suggest that the mapping out was what part of what they were doing, so that you were mapping it out as they went?
I would say that makes sense.
Hot.
I just thought as well, randomly, did you get a proper look at the potion we got from Crissaphaene? Yeah.
Not yet, no.
You could also do that
Just
in
see if
this
that
week
actually
downtime.
works.
It only takes you like a second to cast Identify, doesn't it?
I would do it as a ritual, so it'd be 10 minutes.
It only takes you like a second.
No, I'm just checking. I was like, oh fuck, is this something that I don't need to spend late ages on it? But yeah, that's fair.
I could do it now. Concentrate. I'll get my mage done out.
These tunnels, are they like this archway leads into them, and these tunnels are places between worlds? Like we saw that map of the entanglement in the tomb in the desert.
Maybe.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Eugene, did you say you're casting it as a ritual?
Yeah, so I'll just be quiet for 10 minutes.
Eugene, oh, okay, he's busy.
I'm just
Eugene, oh, no, he's not busy.
wafting stuff and
Having a waft.
I feel like we should explode this thing.
well, now I don't do it. That's
right
me,
now.
not Eugene.
Well, after
When they, I'm guessing they found a piece of a shiver or something, and when they brought it back through, that's what broke it the first time, and that's why they're trying to mend it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they need gold?
Because if the gold can be spell components. Unless, like...
If I research, I'm going to research what spell that is.
I
your
was going to
spell
look into Silkcraft.
completes, it is a potion of lesser restoration worth 150 gold.
Yeah. That's all he gives them?
150 gold is a lot of money for people who are sick and poor.
But, like, that's a lot of money
Trained as
and
blood.
for blood.
Yeah.
So the blood's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Good job.
no wonder he was...
Yeah, I relay that and give the potion back.
Potion of Lesser Restoration. Who needs that?
No, I've got like 2 of them in the right now.
I was so late.
I can do that.
What do I do with all these lesser
Where do you end up frontline or... But you've got Lesser Restoration, sort of.
Yeah, I can cure poisons and things like that.
So that probably
Disease,
is...
so
That's
I'm
probably
fine.
enough. I'm just trying to work out who gets it, 'cause I'm trying to work out who you would probably be with. Maybe one of you two keep it.
I mean, I
'Cause
do
you-
rarely prepare it, but I guess you don't have to do it immediately, do you?
I don't think so. It's just if it comes up in a fight immediately.
Who would it be?
Just thinking about the blood, you obviously stole the blood last time.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that set Crissaphaene back. Sort of, he might have had to go and got more blood. Is it worth someone that he didn't see before? See if he's about in the market and
Yeah, if he's still
just
collecting
try and
blood.
throw another spanner in those works and get rid of
Bomb in there.
This is so bad.
Really
Take out
busy
those
I was just saying
Greater
steal
good.
more
For the
blood
greater
if there's
good.
more of it.
Yeah,
more
because
blood.
I would have, to be honest, based off like what we've seen, I would imagine that was a day. Like, when did we go? Like in the afternoon. Yes, that'd probably be a day's taken if we just. I can keep going as different people.
I'm so sick.
Don't touch my blood! Don't touch my blood!
Okay, what's the plan then, guys?
Bed.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think we're gonna do a prep day of research, buying anything. Do we want to buy anything?
If I can get some money, I might have a look. How much would plate armor set me back? I think it's a lot.
A full set.
Clonks,
Yeah,
clonks.
2 grand.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so loud.
So 2 grand, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
full
I
plate.
think it's a lot.
What if that's an expense?
We can't.
I don't know.
2,000. Imagine going, we spent 10,000 gold on this. See ya.
In 2 days.
Also, how long did Moradin said he'd take, just so that we know that? He said a
he
couple of
didn't-
days, right?
Yeah, well, he didn't give you a timescale, I don't think, but he won't be long. You may see him tomorrow, but it
We'll
costs.
start with tomorrow, and then tomorrow night we'll work out what we're doing. When do we need to pay for our rooms again? I think we're coming up to that.
True.
I think you've got another night. It's about 1,500 gold, 1,500.
I thought you were saying that
Okay,
for the
I'm like-
fucking room.
I'm like
That's
a third of the way there when I get my money back.
Okay.
Aura, could you use your spell to... I'm a little bit tipsy at the moment, and I would like to do some alchemy before bed. Are you okay to soak me up a little bit? Not by throwing
Amaya's
water.
gone to walk to the bar to get some cold water.
Sure, I will. I'll lay on hands and
Do
cure
it anyway,
poison on you.
bitch.
Thank you.
As Aura does that, I sit back down, notice what's happening, and then just kind of try and style it out and just drink the water.
I can do you as well, Maya, if you like.
I cast Mage Hand and just like smack, not enough to like actually put it over you, just enough to make it splash.
I deserve that.
I'm gonna say a good night and make my way upstairs.
Yeah.
Got a couple of things I want to do before I get to bed though.
I was going to say I want to go to bed, but I would like to talk to Murmur because it's night.
Nobody's going to bed.
Okay, so everyone's going to their rooms.
Yes.
No.
No, we're all going to bed.
Sentinel's not, but
I'm
you
not.
guys are. We're going to your rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're not, I know that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so what are you doing, Sentinel?
I'm gonna go, if we're having a downtime day, I'm gonna go down to Ripper's and ask if he has any work for tomorrow.
Okay.
If you, I'll give you the expense report.
Take if he's there.
Yeah, just in case. So it's 575 total, 214 in explosives, 180 in reagents, 50 in papers, and that leaves 105 for my sword.
What's
Beautiful.
funny
I'm
is it's not
deliberately only
strictly
saying
for their
105
job,
for
it's for a
that.
different job.
It is for the same job.
Is it though? It might be.
Use explosives in multiple
What
places.
about for the pies? We bought some breakfast. Is that
Breakfast.
an expense?
No.
Oh yeah, it's
I've
$10.
never done this before. I don't know how it works.
Accommodation.
Yeah.
Heating.
Oh, God.
If we don't
Software.
Eating, that's at least 10 platinum.
in this economy.
Are you going to go there tonight?
Yes, in case just to be like, I'm available. I'm on call for tomorrow if you
Okay.
need anything.
Do you want to RP it, or do you want me to run through what I've got?
You can tell me what you got.
So you go in. It's still rowdy in there.
Is there, yeah, I was going to say, is there a fight?
Yeah. Oh yeah, always. I would say that when you give Ripper the, are you going to give him the expenses? Oh no,
No,
sorry,
it's
not
not to
Ripper.
Ripper.
You. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. You see Detrius Cabal there drinking, and no one's talking to him. Obviously, same as last time.
I like pull
Alright.
up next to him and like really kind of like subtly out of the corner of my mouth. I was like, "Do you want day one of our expense report?"
He just looks at you like out the corner of his eye. Right.
Do you want it?
I mean, I'll have a look at it, and I can always take you back to the boat.
I mean,
Isn't that Clayton's voice?
No.
Sounded like
He's unbelievable.
I just kind of like slide the paper over to him while I'm trying to conversate with Ripper.
He looks down at it, sniffs.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and please never tell the others that I said this if you don't do the full expense report. It's not the end of the world, but some of it would be nice. I spent a lot of money on explosives.
Wait, you need the gold now?
It would be useful if we could have it. It was a big expense, and then it's more that so that we can buy other stuff that we're not going to expense.
Okay.
This stuff is useful for the job, and then we can buy the other stuff that we need for general, like more healing potions and shit.
What's the total?
575.
Okay, it's not as bad as I was expecting.
We haven't bought the plate army.
I haven't got a lot on me.
Oh, I don't mean necessarily on you. Like, we can go back to the boat, or I can do. We can do a
can go
meet
to
in
an
the
ATM.
morning. Like, we can go in the morning, or I can come down first thing if you want. I'm just giving this to you now because you're here.
Yeah, he basically pulls out a charcoal pencil and he just crosses out 250 gold's worth, and then he hands you his a coin pouch. He takes a handful of gold out and puts it in a pocket. There's half in there.
Rad. Thank you kindly.
How much did he say he would? They didn't give you a
They
total.
just said that they would just
Yeah. Okay.
within reason, as long as we could justify it,
Yeah.
and it wasn't taken.
He kind of, you get the feeling that it's okay, but also, well, he'd probably just say to you, when we're probably approaching any more than this 500, we're approaching we haven't got a solid cap, but we're not made of money.
Well, I mean, it gives us,
half
at
of it
least this
back.
gives us, like, well, we are getting the full amount, we just get half of it back now.
Yeah.
This means that we can buy the rest of the stuff and not expense it.
That's all right. The captain trusts you, so I'll do the same. He takes the paper though, folds it up, puts it in his pocket. So for clarity, they've given you 250 of the expenses.
Yeah.
They owe you effectively 250, and he said that there's probably wiggle room for a bit more, but you know.
Okay, so
But that's what he told me.
Huh?
That's what he told me. That isn't necessarily what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what he told you. Okay.
So he's going to give us 500 of the 575, basically.
You've been promised 500. No, you've been promised. Well, yeah, you're getting the whole lot in that expense report.
Okay.
But you know that they're not going to easily give you another 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
And Ripper, if you ask him, he's not got like any big jobs, but he does ask you that what he'll do is if you're going to spend a day doing that, like a bit of work for him, he likes you. You guys done good work for him. He needs someone to just do a bit of like spy work basically and watch someone. I won't labour it. It's literally just staking out some place people. But
We should give it to these two. They're so good at it.
Actually, we are.
You can if you're going to do it, you can. I'm happy to negotiate the price. He starts at 10 gold for the day.
For a whole day.
Yeah.
Make it
What was
20.
Here's my wrist. Here's my wrist.
Make it 20.
No,
At least.
Oh, that's mine. What are you doing?
I was like, how long is Sarah's legs?
You say
It's
20.
a whole day, at least to go up least 25.
Roll a persuasion check.
Cute. I mean, I'm saying I'm available for the full 24 hours, my man, and I can change into different people if you really want me to.
Okay, roll with advantage. You just said that.
I don't know why I did with it advantage anyway,
Okay, well, that's lucky.
but I got the same number either way. So it all kind of worked out. So 16 plus 7?
All right, I'm underestimating you. Call it 20.
25. It's a full day.
He spits on the floor. All right, 25.
Ew.
Weak negotiator.
More than a gold
The
an
fact,
hour.
that you can like change your appearance and you've given him a 24 hours effectively that he didn't necessarily ask for. He's like, cool, 24 hours,
Worth it.
25 gold. Yeah. So you're basically asked to spy on a load of people in the Plaza district. It's a group of nobles by the looks of it, but they're of interest to some people, and he doesn't give you any more details than that. Okay.
That's my tomorrow.
Okay, back in the... I imagine you're just going to wander back.
Yeah.
Back
Maybe
at the old
stay for a
diver. Yeah. It's
Just
warm.
punch someone,
It's
see what
I
happens.
was debating, it's like as soon as I walked in, there's a fight being like, all right.
Just throw a chair.
It's back in the old diver.
There's a fight.
Let's start with who's going to bed.
Oh no.
RP everything.
I mean, like the only thing I would do would be writing spells. But if we're going to have a day off tomorrow, I can do that tomorrow as well. So
Okay, no worries.
You can start now.
yeah, that's the thing. I can start now, but you can't wait till tomorrow.
You can get a couple of hours
Yeah.
in.
Okay, cool.
That's essentially what
But
I'm
yeah, basically, I don't want to get how long can how many can I do and still get 4 days rest? Basically.
A couple of hours.
Rest.
Couple hours, cool. Yeah, I would just be running.
And the because I think Eugene needs about 2 hours for that.
So I'm going to try to make 1 greater healing potion.
Okay.
I'm going to do 1 tomorrow.
Is that 2 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pump a extra curative reagent into it to give an extra D4, but it makes it slightly harder.
DC
So
of 18 now, maybe?
17.
17.
So
Okay.
I need to roll a 7.
Yes. So you're in the room with Aura?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see him drawing in his little book that he's called a Mage Gen in the past, writing sigils, putting ingredients on it. You see the words floating off the up the page into the things. He mixes them. There's a puff of smoke every now and again, and you roll your
Or just
craft.
looks up occasionally. You got this.
I hope so. It's quite expensive, this. If I mess it up,
Fuck
it's
it up.
How many reagents is it? It's like quite a lot.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's on commons as well. Just 18.
Very
Needed a
nice.
17.
For a minute, you think you've lost it. It starts fizzing quite violently, but you quickly add a few things. You take it off the heat that you've got, and then back. You recover it, and you have made a
Greater healing
great
potion.
potion with an extra 1d4.
So it's now 5d4 plus 4.
Nice, very nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Does it taste beefy?
Hopefully not.
What are you doing in the same room as him?
Before bed, I was just going to try and reach out to Enthor.
Okay. Well, what are you going to say? What are you going to do?
I'm just going to sort of try and use sort of the meditation, sort of listen, how I used to with Freya. I'm going to focus on sort of those maps of those tunnels and sort of focus on that sort of between the worlds sort of things, and sort of just ask the questions about that.
Okay. So it takes you a while. Roll a wisdom check for me. It's been a while, so you can do it with advantage.
5.
Oh no!
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Jeez. Okay.
Enthor does not want to talk to you today.
You're distracted by the sounds of scribbling and the bubbling of the beakers.
Wait, what's that smell?
Yeah.
That's right, blame it on Eugene.
And you're really struggling to connect. But
Bad signal.
God, that sucks so bad.
I just go to the corner and check the Wi-Fi.
You feel the kind of the distant rumble of the edge again. It's almost like background noise. It's like there, and only when you focus on it. It's similar to the way that Freyr described to you how some very devout clerics can hear the different voices of their gods at all times. But this one's, you feel it in your chest, it's that rumbling. And you reach out, or you try and ask these questions in a kind of coherent way, and you just feel that connection break up. And you can try again. You probably try again in the morning. I won't say you have to do this at night. You can pray whenever you want, as long as you've got 10 minutes. But yeah. Okay.
I'll go to bed.
Okay.
When I finish making my potion, I quickly say to Aura, I wouldn't have met Magnus today if it wasn't for you saving me back in Dustmere. So thank you. I owe that to you.
That's right. I feel like I owe you for many things along the way as well. So
We'll
call it even.
I'll give him the greater potion of healing. You make another one. Not now.
Are you sure? This is.
Well, you usually almost die, so you usually die most of the time, and you're not the only one, and that they will also be getting a healing hopefully.
That's not mean I'm gonna fucking take it.
Just remember it does 1d5 damage.
Amaya, you're in your room. Are you in? No, you're in your room with Clayton.
Yeah, because I had to move out.
We can swap. I can go to the cupboard.
He gets in
I
bed.
don't want to sleep with Clayton.
He pulls off his shoes. It's a little awkward. He's like, right.
I'm going to talk to my sword, so...
Oh, okay. I'll turn my back.
Oh, it's fine. You won't be able to see or hear anything. Well, you'll be able to hear me talking, but just ignore it.
You can go to my room if you don't want
He turns over.
I pat him on the head and say, sleep tight.
Yeah, you too. Goes to sleep. Wait, looks like he goes to sleep.
Does he do a big show of being like...
Yeah.
Stop snoring, it's annoying.
All right.
I'm going to pull out my sword.
Okay.
I'll be like, Mama, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, after a while, you feel his flitting presence in the room. When you see him perching on the blade, he rests with a little ring of the metal, and you feel he's more sort of solid, more corporeal. His leafy feathers are less frayed. Someone is here.
Pardon?
Someone is here.
Someone's here? Who?
In the city.
In the city I'm in?
Yes, a shiver.
A shiver is in the city.
It was twisted and warped and malformed by something seething.
Do you know what they look like?
And flits off. No, I felt them days ago. You were near them. Flits back to the sword.
Are you... So... I never know what to ask. This is so confusing.
Was it on the day that you popped out, or was it on a different day?
Yeah, were you around, like, did I speak to you the day that you felt it, or was it a day that I didn't speak to you?
No, I have a vague awareness of your surroundings when I'm in the sword. It was an afternoon. It was a bustling area. There were people around, and then I felt it, and then you left them, and they were gone.
Okay.
What do you think? I want to know that you're on the right lines or not.
The sword salesman.
Mama, are you... So when you say you're a shiver...
It was the guy who selling the brats.
And can you explain to me more where you're from? Because I'm a bit lost and I don't really understand.
I am broken and I don't understand as well, but I can help if you have a specific question.
Okay. Do you know how you broke?
It was with your father. He used me to fight and I broke.
When did my father fight? Because I thought he was a school inspector.
I don't know that, but it was when we fled together. It was before we fled together.
So you broke before we left?
You and I, yes.
Yes. Okay.
I broke, and in the haste, he gave me to you, and then we fled together, you and I.
So did he use you and the sword just before I left the Opari?
Time is hard, but it was not very long, yes.
That's
We fought.
weird.
Some things, and then I broke, and then he gave me to you, and we fled together.
Do you know what you were fighting?
No. Blades, skilled swordsmen.
Do you know who, as in, were they Opari people you were fighting?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's not helping. When you... Okay, going back to a couple of days ago when you felt that other shiver,
Yes.
did you feel in danger, as in someone might, like, as in... What am I trying to ask?
You're trying to ask if he's someone could sense him and take
could
him.
someone sense you and take you away from me?
Flits onto your shoulder.
I love you so much.
The shiver likely sensed my presence, but it was insular. It was warped and broken in a different way. Its mind was not its own. It maybe sensed my presence, but as you did not sense its presence, the wielder likely did not sense mine.
Okay. Every time I talk to you, can I speak to you for longer?
I don't know.
Feels like we've made more progress today, that's why I asked.
As you use me more and our bond strengthens, then I hope that we will fix me and I will be able to communicate better.
I hope that too. Any other questions I want to ask you? Is there anything that you can think of that you've noticed or anything over the past few days, aside from the shiver that might be?
I don't know. I'm afraid not.
Oh.
You could ask it about the other, if anyone else has shivers or if it's just Vrain.
Wait, I don't understand.
If any of the other gods have shivers or similar things like a Vrain does.
I'm going to read. I know what you're saying now, but I'm going to read. Where do shivers come from?
We are made from the dreams of greater mother heirlooms.
Do you know the name Evrain?
Evrain was broken into the heirlooms.
Okay, so you are an heirloom of Evrain.
I am
No, shiver.
a piece of the greater heirloom, of which is made of Evrain.
Okay.
Evrain is the mother. The heirloom is one of her children. I am a grandchild, if that makes sense.
Yes. Is Evrain good? As in, not evil.
She gave her life to protect this world.
Okay, so I think she's not evil. I've genuinely forgotten this. What's the name of the other one? The
Volkai.
Does the name Volkai mean anything to you?
Throughout the conversation, you can tell that he's really pressing at his capabilities, his memory. Bits of him begin kind of falling away again, but he's like, Volkai, another unworshipped. What was your question? Sorry, does he have other?
Does he know the name?
Oh, yes, Volkai, another unworshipped.
Good or evil?
Volkai was there when Evrain shattered. It had to be done.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna write this down. Not actually write it down.
I'll do it for you.
To relay this in the morning to everyone else. But before Murmur goes, I'd say I'll speak to you tomorrow.
I would like that.
Me too.
And as he says,
Love you.
as he says, me too as well, kind of the last bits of leaves fall away and he disappears.
Cool. I put my sword back in sheath and go to sleep.
Okay.
Also, I'm kind of hoping Clayton was mostly listening, so maybe remember some of what was just said.
Yeah. Okay. And
We
fine.
will work by everyone else is taking notes so that you could tell us all in the morning.
I have a lot of notes to make otherwise.
In worst case, the podcast is the note taker.
Yes.
And finally, Freya.
Oh, do you have anything?
Me? No.
You were doing your spell scribing, right?
Shit, so, I'm
2 hours.
You're doing a shit. You're doing a shit.
Yeah, I guess sit on my throne.
Pray
popping
for
a spell,
box.
yeah.
The burger did not go down well.
Come back, Foxy's still in there.
Thank goodness for prestidigitation.
I'm working on this banishment spell.
I want to say
It's broken.
Really sent me just this 5 foot waif of a creature.
That's not good for you. That's how you get piles.
Oh, not the piles reference.
Right.
On that note,
Smooth segue.
I would like to do ascending, please.
Ascending.
Yes, I'm going to send a message to Ursa. And I would like to say, hey Ursa! Hope it's okay to contact you this way. Is someone counting?
sorry, not you.
I think it's 24, but someone can check.
Read this.
Hey Ursa, hope it's okay to contact you this way. I was wondering if you heard of an Edwin Ballantyne. Let me know. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know.
There's a couple of minutes that go by, and then you hear a response. It starts. Could you count for me, Em, so I can see? Unsecured.
That's one word. You want us to
Peekabaya.
keep counting for you?
Sorry, I was concentrating so hard.
Yes.
2.
Can you count for me?
That's it.
Done.
No names. So she says unsecured. Yes. No names. I think that's all we asked, isn't it? Then she says, Junes revealed you have stepped in and out of her awareness over the last few weeks. How?
How? Well, I can't respond. I don't have any more spells.
How many do I have?
How?
How many do I have?
You've got 4 more words.
Stay safe.
You've got 2 more words.
Sis.
You've got 1 more word.
That's it.
I'd say little sis. Then it would have been words.
She seems to have a full chat line with Junes.
She's fully like dialed in. She's not even
She's dialed in.
She's got
direct line.
Speed line.
You can't reply.
Nope. I don't have any more 3rd level spells.
Time to
Because that long ass day was with the fight as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Jesus. I guess. Okay, I'd also like to go into the God's Lantern.
Okay. You no longer have to roll for this. I do believe. You enter, and you open your eyes. You're floating off of the slate-covered ground that extends as far as the eye could see. In the distance, the great tree of threads flares on the horizon, and up into the clouds, and the cord of kind of frozen lightning wrapped around your forearm shoots off towards it. As you descend, your toes touch the shattered obsidian ground. And there's puddles of hazy white water pooling in some of the recesses, and you can float and move here at the power of your will if you wish.
I would like to head to where I met Kirillon last.
So you followed your own thread.
The thread.
Yeah, sure. You move through as you shoot forward. Bubbles effervesce and explode from some of the pools, forming a glowing fog that gets wicked away on the wind. And you pass other looping threads off to the side, some in the distance. And as you pass a few closely, you sense the specific emotions of them. This each different flavour of entity that bears enough faith to have a thread in this place, connecting to places. And you see streaks of light shooting through the sky, blip out of this reality, and you move along until you find a kind of crossing of clouds, lightning, which Kirillon kind of came from initially.
I approach. Can I get through the clouds?
Yeah. Roll a. Actually, what's your perception is 23, right?
Am I passive?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see in the distance, I think you've seen once before, another entity following a thread of their own. Kind of. This one looks kind of smoke in the shape of a rough outline of a person. They're very far away, so it's hard to see, but there's a smoke trail as they move. Yeah, you you move through this cloud. There's a crackle of lightning, and you see the entity before you, the kind of combination of the shadow of the drowned man that you remember from your childhood, the nerve system of lightning crackling through them.
So I see the actual drowned man.
Mm-hmm. You see the yeah, you do. It's in Kira Lawn's kind of form that she takes.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello.
I'm back. Yes.
Yes.
If it's okay, I have a couple of questions.
Of course.
Why me?
That is a question I should have expected, and yet I don't. I didn't, but there is no... If you are seeking an answer in your genealogy, there is no specific mark on you, there is no lineage. It is simply that I knew that you would be right.
Random happenstance.
We live in a world of them.
Why can't Juness reach me?
Because we are bonded. You are bonded with him.
But when I saw him, he seemed surprised.
Yes, I think maybe it's time you understood why he seems to reject you.
He doesn't like you.
You're only an acquaintance.
Many thousands of years ago, he fought a creature called the Unbeing. That creature was not of this place. Without a faithful to channel his power, he was not a fighter. Only the power of the firstborn, the Eurekos, you call them, and their heirlooms were enough. And they were an offensive weapon that could fight off such creature. The Unbinding was a collection of cascading events that began with this entity and ended with the creature fleeing, carving through the very fabric of the entanglement to escape, destroying an entire world before it was slain. The firstborn, the Eurekos, died after the moment of creation ended. He was one of the first of the ones above to walk among you, silent, and he lived many of your lives, stripped of his knowledge and memories in order to understand you. And after we mourned the passing of the Eurekos in this new moment, our siblings convinced us it was safe in the hands of the servants, and he believed them. But they were wrong. We returned to halt the graven crisis that was let brew. They had pitted people's faith against each other to better themselves, and two servants had found even ways to avoid death, and one was punished. Since the events of the Unbinding, he has changed. He killed many gravens, and he was scarred by it and ashamed by how poorly our lesser siblings were looked after the world. I think he blamed himself for the deaths in his absence. So he remained where the others left. He descended into the entanglement and lost himself for many centuries, many millennia. And he broke himself into two. And as with all empty vessels in this universe, the empty part was filled with a consciousness, which is me. He was not always he. We were it for some time, she for a blissful moment. But now we are we, he and her. He will meet you. He is coming round. I hope that gives you some context.
That's great. Thank you. I mean, I still have questions about how I'm involved and why I'm right and what I'm right for, but that does help. Thank you.
He has many sayings, many of which are to do with fishing, as you can imagine. But
Plenty of fish in the sea.
one thing he says, well, I say he says, he has not said for a very long time, he has not communicated with anyone for a very long time, is that we all cast lines out into the world in search of things. And I believed that what you were looking for was aligned with ours. And I'm sure one day we will know what that looks like. And you can hear her voice crackling and fading as she's speaking from a very long distance.
Wait.
She's still here.
The ship cannot sail yet.
The ship cannot leave.
Yeah, you can ask another question.
We keep hearing about shivers for from the unworshipped and their heirlooms. Does he have shivers?
Each set of shivers, or each shiver. Let me begin with the heirlooms. As I mentioned, they were used to fight off a creature called the Unbeing, and each heirloom is made from a splinter of Evrain, the mother of magic who died to create them. She sacrificed herself to make the weapons, armor, and arms for the Eurekos to fight against the creature. Each splinter, each heirloom represents a piece of her being. There are many. The most powerful was her honor, made into the 6 facets, the blades of her 6 virtues. And each of those heirlooms is powerful enough that they manipulate the universe around them. And they dream themselves, and from those dreams, shivers are born. Who'd have thought talking to a god might help?
Shut up, Charlie.
Mean. You are
Scary talking to a god.
Yeah, it's
They're intimidating.
She's friendly.
He's got his sassy pants on today.
I think
They're too tight.
I think we found one of the heirlooms.
An heirloom.
A sword.
An heirloom in the Scordia. I feel I would have known. For the record, it's a shiver.
Yeah.
A shiver, okay.
They are powerful. They are fragile. But they could be of use.
Someone is looking for other shivers.
They are highly valuable. Many would be in collections, likely.
We think they seek to become immortal. They're looking for... Where would they find more shivers? How do we
Shivers.
keep them from them?
If they are not kept in storage, if they're not locked away, there are many that will be lost, will be created, will be born from the dreams of heirlooms that are hidden and sealed away.
So they're constantly being made?
Sometimes. They usually, once they are created, they remain. They're not like dreams in that they are fleeting. But someone who is seeking to extend their lives with shivers, there have been such things in the past. They were once called liches, those who used seal magic to extend their lives. But many of them were stopped with the chains of faith and the control of magic into sigilism. And you feel the connection breaking at this point. And she says, keep going. And call on me if you need. And then there's a snap of lightning and the clouds fade and you're still in the Nexus, but your connection falters and breaks.
She said the chains of faith. But the chains of faith are breaking. That's the thing you said in my first session thing.
Oh, from the analyst.
Yeah. That wasn't a misstep, was it?
No.
Is that related?
That's not a misstep, that is.
Oh, I leave. I
See,
leave.
it's too late. You see, as you are kind of recovering, you see the thing that you saw from a distance. They are very close to you, and they are moving at an alarming speed.
Oh, God.
It's a smoking cloud, and it approaches you. I'm not gonna like. It looks like a body made from smoke and tar, and it is coming towards you.
I leave?
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a friendly looking.
It doesn't look very friendly, but
Sarah, do not
that's up
touch
to you what you do.
Sarah, we know touch it. When you touch things.
I like to touch things.
You hear a voice
remember
emanating
Dorian?
from it that sounds kind of agonized. It's like, you were there during the apoptosis, and it reaches out for
I
you.
leave.
Okay, roll an initiative
Check.
to see if you can react faster than it
Oh
can.
my
You got this.
God.
Could she guide herself?
I didn't just then.
You rolled pretty good.
I rolled 10.
It slams into you, and you feel it gripping this form of you in this place. One of the civilians who killed the Demigraven, and you feel it's gripping around your neck in this place. Interesting, irrelevant, but your connection, and if you feel a kind of sickly sensation as it crawls up your arm over the bond and over the thread of lightning that travels off into the distance towards the tree. The connection is intriguing. Who is this god you're bound to outside the chains?
Can I do anything?
That'll be its go. So what are you gonna do?
I would like to cast. Wait. That will hurt me. That's stupid.
Gust of wind.
Gust of wind. That's it.
Okay.
What's a wind
Does
word?
it, what does it do? Does it get a save?
It is a strength saving throw.
Unless you're in a nexus and then it auto crits.
It's just a cloud. It's blowing the wind.
That is a natural 1.
So I was right. It does
But
crit.
it is grappling. It is grappling onto you.
I mean, if you fail, you have to succeed it, or you are pushed 15 feet away. Does that mean I'm going?
Tell you what, because we didn't, I kind of out of combat grappled you. So let's roll.
It's gas or vapor. So if it's
Oh really? Okay, that's interesting
Oh,
because
no,
it's kind
that
of
ruins
made
all
of
my
gas.
plans.
So would it
quite
affect
gassy.
it in the same way? Let's roll let's roll the grapple check to see if it you can kind of extricate yourself as you cast the spell. Let's do that. So yours is going to be either dexterity, so it'd be either acrobatics or athletics.
Wait, is this a saving throw?
No, it's just a check.
I am going to guide myself then. Wow, I'm rolling like trash today.
Do you need the dice jail?
10.
Dances out.
Okay, you cast the gust of wind, and it has a strong grip on you. You see the gases of its being, the tar, explode outwards from one side of the spell, and yet one half of it clings onto your neck. And it says, "Are you going to do anything else? Can you do anything else?"
Can I just leave? Or am I sort of trapped
You
here?
can for an action. Was that an action to cast?
Yeah.
Okay,
was.
so it has one more turn.
Okay.
What does it smell like? I'm not there. I'm just like.
What does it smell
Are you in the
like?
same room?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're
on the toilet.
Actually, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah,
So you've seen her go into the lantern before, and if you were to look over at this point, there is smoke kind of emanating out of it, a black smoke from the lantern, and her hair is rising as though she's kind of building up a very strong static charge. Her clothes kind of billowing slightly.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
And it says,
Yeah.
"Who is this god and you are bound to? I will see where you are." And its hand goes into your face and into your eyes. Roll a wisdom save, please.
God, you got this.
You're good at wisdom.
This is such a horror film.
You're so
I'm
wise.
using a different dice. Wisdom save.
You'll be fine, right?
No.
No.
13.
You feel it possess you.
Oh my god.
You are completely conscious. You can fight it every round, but at this time it overwhelms you. Your consciousness is split. Part of your mind is in the nexus, and the other part opens your eyes in the room. And Moxie, you see
I was about to say, what is
open her
happening right now?
eyes, and they are completely black, and smoke trickles like liquid down her cheeks. And she stands, looks around,
Fireball, Moxie, fireball.
sees the lantern in your hand.
Freya, are you there, Freya?
Intriguing.
Oh shit.
You see her stand with a kind of cold, uncharacteristic smile. You smell, Moxie, the smell of burnt hair, rotting roses,
That's what I wanted to
chemical
know.
and sickly.
Okay.
Do you recognise it?
Will does. I don't think Moxie does.
You can roll intelligence if you like.
What is it?
Yeah, when I
Eugene's-
touch stuff,
when Eugene touched the
breaking the fabric.
Oh, yeah, the portal.
what am I doing? Intelligence check, was it? Say? 17.
This is the smell from the scar on the Velvet Horatio, and is the smell that was very potent when the disciple Zephyr was at the ball. You can now roll your save again.
Oh shit! Can I do a message to the other room? you know?
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, just message to Aura.
Okay. What do you say?
Help. Okay.
That's 21.
Very nice. You sever the connection, and you appear back in the Nexus, and you can see that this form that you now recognise as Zethyr's very tall. This not tall. Is very pronounced cheekbone, his gaunt appearance, the kind of blue around his eyes is reminiscent in this spirit form, and you reject him, and it fires backwards, kind of roiling and curling, and then it charges at you again.
Oh, can I?
You can cut the connection. You appear back in the room. The lantern is hot.
Drop it.
Yeah.
He knows where we are. The disciple knows where we are.
You okay? Was that Freya? You okay?
Oh god, that was a bad mistake.
I think that is where we're going.
like 5 seconds later, or just kicks the door.
I come in my pajamas.
Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.